All right, guys. We're going to hope for the best here. I believe it's running. I believe it's running. I always say I believe it's running because I don't know until you tell me if it's actually running. That's just the way things go here, but let's see. Ryan said, let there be light through lens, and there was light. Hey guys, how we all doing out there? I'm gonna turn the music down a little bit. How's everybody doing out there? This is episode 4, which means, give or take a little bit, this is our 1-month anniversary of getting together here and doing streams. So, to anyone who's been here for all 4 streams, I sure have. Thanks for joining me. I'm glad you're back. I've been having fun with everybody. I think everybody's been having fun. We're playing with the format. We're trying new things. And today is no different. Wait till we get to that, because we might watch me crash and burn here for everybody's entertainment. We'll see. We're gonna push the technology a little bit here. But so I should say something up front. Today, if you've been watching some of the other streams and you've gotten used to having me bringing on an artist, special guest type thing, we do an interview, or we do like we've done where with Greebs, we played a game where I made a beat that he was describing. With Tiger and Torna, we opened up your files and had them collaborate with you. Well, today's special guest is me, or rather, maybe it's you. We're going to see how that goes. But I wanted to actually use today to just hang out with you guys and sort of, get back to the heart of what this is about, which is hanging out together and not necessarily sort of turning it into like a late show type thing. That being said, next week I'll probably have a guest on again and we'll do more stuff. But anyway, I hope everybody's been having a good time. I wanted to catch up a little bit. Here's our first order of business. Actually, I should say up front, because we're going to be doing more of this kind of thing. Last week, I had people upload files, and we opened them up, and it kind of sprung into this whole song that I'm going to play for you in a second. And it's really cool. You're going to love this. But I wanted to do basically a lot of that again today, this week. So I have a link. It's in the description. It's a Dropbox file request. If you want to drop some of your music, I'm being told, wait, Stefan, breaking news. I can only hear you in the left headphone, and there's a lag in the video. Well, that's exciting. Let's see what's going on there. Oh boy, technology. Let's see. I wonder if all of my meters, Stefan, are suggesting that I'm coming out of all headphones, both sides at least. And the lag in the video, gosh, what do we know? What do we do about it? I don't know. Well, we'll see if that improves itself, and if not, that'll go. This will go even worse. No, it should be fine. Hopefully that stereo thing is not happening for everybody. Let me know in the comments if you're only hearing me on one side, and we'll see. But I'm looking at my meters here, and it looks like everything going out of my computer is happening on both channels. So let's see how that goes. So anyway, like I was saying, in the link in the description of this live stream, there's a link there for Dropbox. If you want to send me some of your files, I can open them up. We can check them out. We can kind of play around with them. So I'm going to post that in the chat as well. The link to that Dropbox, it's called a file request, which is pretty cool. You guys can just drop your stuff. I just put it into the description, and you'll be able to send me files, Reason files. Now, here's how it works best. A Reason file that has stock devices, doesn't use VSTs, and has self-contained samples, a super win. I'm going to open that up, and it's going to be just like you hear it. If it's a Reason file that has some rack extensions, and I've got them installed, we're in business. I don't have all of them installed, so if I don't have them installed, then something might be missing. Same thing, I don't have every VST by even a fraction of a percentage. So if it's got VSTs in it, we're going to get an error message, and we'll see how that goes. But let's have you guys send me your stuff. Let's check some stuff out. And related to that, this is how this came about. Last week, I put out the same request, and people started dropping files into the Dropbox, and we opened them up. I had Tiger and Torna on the stream, and the file we opened up, we listened to a couple of files, and they got excited by the name of this one file that was called Liquid Fritz, I think. It was like a liquid drum and bass track, but they just liked the title Liquid Fritz. So we opened it up. It was a guy, I think he's in New Zealand, named Matt Hammond, and they went to town on it. They just kind of working quick, and us watching them work, they added some guitar to it, and then Tiger Darrow took out her cello and added some cello on top of it, a couple different. She did like kind of it was like an instant string arrangement, right? She had cello melody and harmony, and then she added some kind of chunky, like rhythmic cello, and it turned out really cool. And Matt was obviously very happy with it. And so after the stream was done, Tiger and Torna kind of did a quick rough mix of their stems, sent the stems to Matt, and then Matt went ahead and developed it into a song. And I thought maybe we could check out, oh wait, is Matt, Matt's in the question. He's in the chat here. Hi, Matt. Thanks for joining us. Somebody, Mowgli, Mowgli, I get it, said, hey, look, it's famous reasoner Matt Hammond. That's right. He's a celebrity now. So I thought I would play you Matt's tune, and we could hear, if you watched last week's stream, you're going to get a kick out of kind of seeing how he developed this. And there's some stuff I just think is really cool about this. So why don't we check it out? I'm gonna switch over to SoundCloud here, where he's got this published, and I'm gonna go ahead and play it once I turn on the sound for that. There, if I do that. Okay, let's take a listen to Matt Hammond. It's no longer called Liquid Fritz. It's now called Encoder Panic. Oh no, that's his artist name, isn't it? All the Time. That makes sense. And I like that he's kept Liquid Fritz in there in the title as a sort of to honor what piqued the interest of Tiger, Darrow, and Torna when they went to town on this. Let's take a listen to this. Here's Matt's tune. Oh, I just clicked the video window, the play button. Here we go. Okay, now, I'm going to pause here for a second because I kind of want to talk through some of this stuff while it's going on. What I think is really cool about this is that what Matt's done is, he got all these cool parts, and he's using judicious taste to not just roll it all out right away. I mean, in some ways that's obvious because we all know that when you're developing music, you can bring things in and you can let things build, but I think he's doing it really well here. I like that he begins with the strings, and then his drums come in, and then her hook comes in, and it's just got a nice build to it. So kudos to you on that one, Matt. Let's keep listening here for a second. Where did he go? Here it is. See, now the guitar comes in.
this would be the last time that you loved me, that the doubt was mutual. I gave you the option to leave before, but you kept hanging on. I was a fool to let you stay, because the confusion only made things worse. But remember, we were young and naive, and we still needed to learn how to let go.
You hear the cello? So, I mean, I love what Matt's done with this, and I love that Matt, I'm going to pause it for a second. I love that Matt, you know, when you have a vocalist, I've been in the situation where you have a vocalist that starts collaborating with you and they start adding parts, and sometimes the right move is to get out of their way and just let them have it. But then in the situation Matt's in, he wants there to be a verse to it, and he's got Tiger's Hook. Well, his solution was to turn it into a duet. I think he did it fabulously. And so he wrote some verses, and that's a really cool thing to sort of take somebody else's idea. I mean, she's the one that came up with the idea of all the time in the world to say, I'm not your girl. Like, that comes from her. And then from that seed, he then writes a verse, which is contextually relevant to that. And, you know, that is when collaboration is at its best, when people are kind of understand what each other is going for. You understand the intent of things. And so I think that is just awesome. Matt, you did a killer job with that. And I hope maybe this is the first of many sort of collaborations that we can look at that come from these live streams. That would be really fun. I have to say, my beat with Greaves 2 weeks ago maybe didn't light the world on fire in the same way, but that's okay. Matt, I think you did a better job than I, and fantastic job. So, guys, oh, hey, Adam Fielding just joined the chat. Hi, Adam. So here's what I'm thinking. Here's what we can do. I was toying with the idea of whether I could have you guys join the live stream. And I'm not quite sure how to do that, but we're going to try if you want to. So if you have Zoom installed, if you don't have Zoom installed, you maybe now's the time to try and download it and get it installed. But I was thinking, I've got a Zoom meeting, and I was going to share the Zoom URL in the chat, and you guys can jump on the call. Now, I mean, there's a little over 200 people watching right now. Zoom calls, if you were to all join, that is more than a Zoom call can accommodate. But there's room for probably more people than I want to actually try and manage. So, if you all want to jump on, we can have up to 100 people on this call, which sounds like chaos, and it probably is chaos, and I'll probably live to regret this. But maybe not. Maybe I'll regret it even more. No one will join, and I'll be like a kid at a birthday party at a table all alone, and none of his friends showed up, and his mom's trying to say things like, "Hey, buck up, champ. It's okay." Oh boy, that got real sad. But anyway, hopefully that's not the case. Please join me on this Zoom call if you want to. Yes, Joey Luck, dangerous. Absolutely. Maybe I should say up front here, and actually what I'll do is I'm going to post the Zoom URL in the chat. and then we're going to have a little talk about chat roulette related things and being on good behavior. Now, hopefully, if I've done this right, actually, too, the Zoom call should have you guys muted when you come in, so I'm not going to hear you. And you should hear me there, you're probably going to get into a weird thing. Hey, Kevin's already in. You're probably going to get into a thing where you might want to mute if you're on this Zoom call, you might want to mute or even pause the YouTube live stream because there's going to be a delay. So I see guys coming in here. This is wild. Okay, so guys, if you can hear me in the Zoom chat while I'm still talking to people on the live stream, go ahead and just give me a wave if your camera's on. If it's not on, I'll just assume that you're hearing me. Okay, I'm seeing a wave there from Michael. Alan, that's a wave. Oh, Alan. Cool. Okay, so people are coming in. Okay, this is kind of happening. This is going. Okay, I think we're gonna do this. So now, but first, okay, we gotta have a talk. I'm gonna look. I've got two cameras here. I'm gonna look at this camera because that's you guys in the Zoom call. This is an exercise in trust. I'm gonna put you guys live on the air, and I have no control over what you do. So let's make this not something that I live to regret. Let's have everybody play nice. Let's have everybody, stay PG in regards to, what we're seeing of them, shall we say. And the other thing is that I thought it'd be fun to talk to you guys, but I think our conversation is most fun if I'm not fielding questions about reason discounts and, feature requests for SMPTE timecode subframe support or something like that. So hopefully we can have a fun conversation here. So let's do this. Man, look at all these people. I'm gonna pick someone almost by random, but let me actually unmute Alan's mic, and then Alan, you'll be my guinea pig. We're gonna talk a little bit. I'm gonna see if I can get this onto my stream software. So. Alan, are you there?
I am here.
Oh, Alan is there. Look at that. Okay. Now, hang on a second. Yeah, I do hear you. So now, Alan, just give me a test 1, 2, so I can see that there's audio going into the stream as well from you guys.
Test 1, 2.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Test 1.
All right,
2.
there we go. That's happening. Okay, now I got to do just a little visual setup here that I can't do, unfortunately, until the Zoom call is actually happening. So I got to do it live on air. So we're going to see how this goes. Let's see here. Bear with me, guys. How are you doing, Alan? Did I lose? Oh, wait, where is he? Are you there, Alan? Oh, wait, you muted again. Oh, hang on. Maybe he can't unmute. I'm going to unmute him again, unless that was his way of saying, I'm done talking to you. Let's see here. Are you there again?
Sorry about that. I had muted myself so I could cough.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, I've got the I've got it set up so that hang on a second. I've got it set up so that you can't unmute yourself automatically. So I guess if you mute yourself, we're learning as we go here. If you mute yourself automatically, it will not let you unmute yourself. But I was going to ask, so how are you doing?
I'm doing really well.
Yeah.
Farm's rocking. we got 2 cows a couple days ago.
Oh my gosh! Wait, now where are you at? I thought you were in the Bay Area.
I am. I'm down in Aromas now. Still not too far from Kurt.
Gotcha. Okay.
About 10 minutes away from where Kurt is.
See, as a city boy, when I hear the farm is rocking, it makes me go like, oh, you must be far away. But I always forget that it doesn't. You don't have to travel very far to get out of San Francisco. So.
Yeah.
That is cool. So what do you guys have? Are you growing things down on the farm or?
Yeah, I got the garden going. I got a flock of chickens. I got a couple goats.
Jesus.
I have 3 acres now. Might as well use it, right?
Yeah, right. Is this something where you're getting, a lot of people have the time, the time, I don't want to call it benefit. That's the wrong word. There's a certain time opportunity to the quarantine where people are home and working on projects. Is that what's going on for you?
To a certain extent, I'm still working quite a bit.
Are you?
More than 8-hour days at work. So,
gotcha.
But I'm doing it from home for the most part.
Gotcha.
But yeah,
cool. I am. I'm futzing with settings here while we talk. I'm trying to get Zoom doesn't want to for annoying sad reasons. It doesn't want to bring the Zoom call into my stream software, which is an unfortunate development. But let's see here. I'm gonna attempt to. I got all these other guys here on the chat. I'm gonna bring someone else in here for a second.
Yeah.
Let's bring Mowgli in. Let's see. Unmute. Mowgli, you hearing me?
Hey, what's up, Brian?
Hey, oh my gosh. Okay, it's working. God, I wish everybody. Okay, once I get the video part happening here, I think everyone's going to be stoked. Alan, I'm gonna mute you for a second. Oh wait, I muted the wrong person. Oh geez.
The best way I found to solve this is with hardware. I have a USB mixer, so my audio interface outputs Reason and stuff, and then
cool.
everything goes to the USB mixer. My this little Ellen and Heat Z10FX.
Oh yeah, right on.
That's the thing that gets fed to all my streaming stuff, and it's like flawless every time.
Oh, excellent, excellent. Well, cool. So you got actually, I'm seeing you. These guys aren't seeing you yet, but I'm seeing your setup here. You got quite a little setup going on there.
Yeah, I just have my System 8 here, but I've got a bunch of stuff on the floor.
Gotcha.
I have another studio full of gear, and this is just my home stuff. So it's whatever I happen to have room for, which is not a lot here.
Gotcha. Well, so you said you have another studio external to this?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. That's
my full
is a business you run,
production
or?
place. Part business, part man cave. It just depends.
Right. The man, you know what? I'll tell you. When I moved into the apartment that I live in San Francisco. When I moved into the apartment that I live in now, my brother lives about 60 miles south. He bought a house with his wife, and I'd go over there, and I realized the thing that I crave more than anything else, it's not space, it's not a pool in the backyard, it's not any of the things that you might sort of aspire to with a house, other than the ability to be loud, like to be able to just crank up speakers, play music without worrying about like, oh, it's 10 o'clock. I got to think about, or like, especially now during the quarantine, like, my poor neighbors have to listen to me working on music all the time. So that's its own issue. So I totally relate to the man cave concept for sure. Well, so, okay.
I live with my father, who's elderly. He's in his 80s and stuff. So
wow.
Yeah, definitely an issue here too. So
right. I'm going to do this. I'm going to attempt to. I'm going to simplify this process, but it's going to make it a little bit weirder. I'm going to instead of choosing a specific window, I'm just going to be turning on my entire stream for people here on the stream, which means they're going to see me doing some switching around and stuff, but they're also going to get to see you guys. So let me go ahead and do that. If I hit cut there, oh boy, don't you love figuring this stuff out live? That's always fun. Okay, so there, I think that's going to be going out to the stream. So, okay, so if everyone's joining us now, we're looking at this. Am I correctly saying that Mowgli is your name, and it's a playoff of, is that the Jungle Book or something? Oh wait, he muted. Yeah, hang on a second, Mowgli. Wait. There was a mute that went on. Let's find you again. Oh boy, where is he? Oh, there's Mowgli. And turn off the chat. Oh, I see. There's chats going on there. All sorts of things happening here. Okay, I'm unmuting Mowgli again. Oh boy, did this work? Let me turn off. The chat keeps popping up. That's going to keep happening. That's fun. Okay, I'm going to unmute. Okay, I think you're there again.
There it goes.
Yes. Okay, good. Maybe I should. Dare I turn that feature off? I fear the sonic chaos if I've got everybody here in the call with it just going like this. So.
Well, I muted it because I wanted to close my door because there was a vacuum in the background.
Yeah, so. Gotcha. No problem. Yeah. So anyway, well, cool. Well, good to have you here. I think I'm going to switch over here. It's going to get a little weird here, but It looks like okay, yeah. It looks like people are seeing us, which is good. It's a little bit more raw with me just sharing my entire monitor, but hey, it's going to go that way. Let me bring in some other people here and just see who else we got out there, if that's okay. Good talking to you, though, Mowgli. And yeah, thanks. Stick around because we may bring you on again. Let's see who else. I'm Mark David Generato is you are you caught my fancy.
Hey.
How's it going, man?
This great.
Yeah,
I actually, this is mind blowing.
mind blowing,
Yeah.
right? Where are you at?
I'm on my house right now. I'm actually from the Philippines, and a Reason user since 2016. So
Oh, awesome, man.
here.
So are you coming to us live from the Philippines?
Yes, live.
Awesome.
I'm actually I'm live right now. So yeah.
That is so cool. I've been to the Philippines. I was in Manila.
Oh wow, that's right.
Yeah, I used to
I'm
do
actually in the province right now because Manila is in lockdown. So as soon as I learned of the lockdown, I quickly got home. So
right.
yeah.
You know, that was something I had when they had the lockdown in San Francisco. For about 20 minutes,
That's rush home.
my first thought for 20 minutes was like, my sister lives in Colorado. Maybe I'll just get in my car and just like go to her, and because she lives like kind of like in a province. It's like she lives out in these mountains.
Yeah.
And I was like, that sounds if you're locked down during a pandemic in the middle of nowhere in the mountains, sounds like the perfect place to be. So I had that.
Yes,
I had that feeling.
exactly.
But then I sort of came to realize like, well, I gotta. I gotta keep doing my job. I gotta stay in the city, so I'm gonna do that. So, well, it's good to see you. What kind of music do you do?
I do mostly like electronic stuff. I just launched my career last year. So
Congratulations.
I have 2 singles out right now. Yeah, thank you. And all of them, I could say I'm proud to use Reason because I've been a Reason user. Yeah, it actually goes back way 2015. I was trying to find a music software that will just tailor to my needs, and then I saw Reason 5 back then, and then the first time I opened is like, yeah, this is my software right there. because I'm on I like to I love how Reason emulated the studio in which I've dreamed of since I was 15. So
right.
yeah, I can pretty much do what I love to do right now, which is music and using Reason.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. So you got started with Reason in Reason 5. Are you in Reason 11 now, or are you somewhere along the path?
Currently, I'm in Reason 11 right now. I'm not ashamed. I'm actually trying out the 30-day trial because I still can't afford it.
Yeah, sure.
So I'm still saving up for it, but so far so good. Yeah, I'm working and constantly producing with it, and I've never looked back ever since.
Yeah,
So,
that's great.
and my 2 singles right now are proudly made entirely with Reason. So
Should we check them out?
Yeah.
You wanna send us a link or something? And we'll.
Sure. I can. Here, I have an artist, YouTube artist. Going on. So I'll probably just give you the should I send it in the chat?
Yeah, I guess that's the way to do it.
Yeah, sure. I'll send the second the visualizer for my second single.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Here. Yeah.
Okay, there it is. Okay, I'm gonna see if I gotta copy this. Cool, man. Okay, let me close the chat. Let me go here. And let's load it up. We're playing a YouTube video on
I'm so nervous right now.
What's that?
I'm so nervous right now.
Oh man, don't be nervous. Oh, this is great. I mean, no, this is great. You don't have to be nervous. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and play this. Hopefully you'll hear it through the Zoom call, and everyone on the stream will hear it hopefully as well too. Let's. I already like it.
Stock sounds and Reason. All the sense of it.
Is that you playing guitar or is that a loop?
Yeah, that's me playing guitar.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Mark, you didn't tell me you're singing. I love it.
I do.
I love it.
I sing, I produce, I master everything.
That's wonderful.
Thank
okay,
you guys.
go on and keep playing it. I love it.
Concrete. Too much people, too much city lights. Waves of emotions. Searching for an anthem of the city. Come alive. I was suffocating. I could hardly breathe. Looking for an answer. Chasing after dreams. Felt like I was lucid. Brought down to my knees. You took me away and set me free. You came and brought me back
We got-
to life.
We got some heads bobbing in the Zoom call.
Thank you, guys.
It looks like people are enjoying it. Absolutely, Mark. That is fantastic. I'm so glad you had something kind of on the ready here because that was really fun to hear.
Yeah. I as soon as I saw the stream for the Dropbox thing, send your music. I gotta get this.
Oh,
heard
so
there,
did you
out
drop
there, so
something
yeah.
into the Dropbox as well?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I
Oh,
did.
cool. Okay, cool. I still, we might probably still go through that as well. I'm just mostly
Sure.
surprised this is
It's actually an MP3 file. So,
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, that's excellent. That's fantastic. The guitar is great. The vocals are fantastic.
Yeah.
And it's the vocal thing. I did a tutorial video about working with vocals, and one of the reasons I was doing that was because it's hard. Some people find it hard to get their vocals sounding right, and that puts them off doing vocals at all. And so all of a sudden, people have folders full of just instrumentals.
Yeah.
And I
actually,
always,
fun fact.
yeah.
I was struggling to mix my vocals because I didn't know what my frequency is until I re-watched your tutorial on vocal mixing. So
Oh, really?
actually helped me.
Oh, fantastic.
So thanks, Ryan.
Oh, of course. Oh my
You
gosh, that's great.
You make good tutorials.
Well, they're fun to
none.
make, and it's nice to hear. Normally I just send those out into the world, and just aside from a
Yeah.
view count, I just go like, I hope it's helping somebody. So
I actually watch everything. Like I actually watch every recent tutorial since I started.
oh, beautiful.
Just to go over with it because it really helps, and some of it are like stuff that recent users overlook. But hey, it's gonna help your mixing and
Yeah,
production stuff.
exactly. It's tricky with mixing because there's times where I'm of the belief that there are times when you don't want to overthink mixing, and then there's times where you do want to overthink mixing, and understanding when you need to be really exacting and careful versus when you need to say that's good enough, that works. I don't need to spend my entire weekend trying to analyze this on a spectrum analyzer to figure out what frequencies to be. It's like sometimes that's not the right move. And then sometimes with that vocal tutorial, sometimes it really makes a difference to like do that upwards compression to kind of level your vocals out and get everything kind of happening. So that's awesome. Well, cool. Well, Mark, it's been so fun talking to you, but I got other people. I want to make sure that I'm kind of getting around here to some other people in the chat. But thanks
guys.
for you did great, and Mowgli as well.
Thanks.
2 excellent first guests on this very experimental chat here. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to mute you, and then I'm going to go back to gallery view. Let's see who else is kicking around here. Is anybody dying on me to bring them on live to chat with me? You can just give away. Wait, I think I see Matt Hammond. Matt Hammond's there. Wait, I want to bring Matt on. Hang on a second. I'm going to unmute Matt, and we're going to bring him up on the video. Matt.
Hello.
Hi. Boy, you really. So I said on the beginning of this broadcast, I said, I think he's from New Zealand. And yes, he is. I can tell already.
Yeah, I am. It is, 5:30 a.m. here?
Oh my gosh. Well,
Yeah, so I didn't quite see your email because I didn't wake up until half an hour later than that.
oh, how dare you? How dare you not wake up at 4 a.m. and look for emails from me? Well, thanks for jumping on here. At some point I gotta figure out for people like you and Mark as well. I'm sure that this is kind of weird time zone to be doing streams, and we should consider at some point doing some at a different time.
Oh no, this is great for me. I like waking up early.
Oh,
It makes me more productive.
All right, I'm gonna send people your way when I start getting the messages from people that tell me like, I'm in Japan, you got to do it at a different time, or I'm in Australia, you got to do it at a different time. I was like, Matt likes waking up early, so you should like waking up early too. So did you tune in, Matt, when we played your tune?
Yeah, I was here from the start.
Oh, that's excellent. Oh, that's excellent. Oh, that's right. I remember you being in the chat and people calling you out and stuff. Well, listen, now that I've got you actually on the live stream, I can tell you congratulations. It was a fantastic tune. I just was so, when that popped up in my email, I was impressed both with the song, but obviously that also the time. You kind of got it thrown together really quick, which is great. How was it for you when you got those streams? Did you kind of know right away, like, okay, I know what to do with this now?
Yeah, sort of. I guess the first process for me, once I got those stems back, was sort of figuring out a new arrangement, because I knew I wanted it. At that point, when I got the vocals, I'm like, oh, this has to be sort of built up in a new way, because it didn't sort of fit exactly how I wanted with the original arrangement. So,
gotcha.
I spent a good few hours testing out ideas until I finally figured out that it sort of needed that new verse and it needed a new outro.
Right.
And, it all came just together. But it was a good few days working on it, kind of just straight, because I was so inspired to just finish it.
Right. I mean, there's something to be said for last week. I enjoyed it very much. I think other people enjoyed it as well, seeing the speed with which they worked. I mean, obviously they're on a live stream, and so they're kind of just like, okay, we're gonna work quick. But at the same time, I got the sense, at least, that they just work quick. They make quick creative decisions and commit to them. And there was something I took away from that, and I've used it in the week since when I've been working on music, that I have been saying to myself, like, all right, how, it's sort of the what would Tiger and Torna do? Like, let me just get something and let me move with it, and I'll be further along down the path, rather than this part that I'm working on being 2% better if I spend the next 2 hours on it. I'll be, 10% further down the song if I just move on to the next thing and kind of make those quick decisions. I think so that was sort of the inspiration I got from it, aside from just the fact that it musically sounded nice.
Yeah. I mean, like, I sort of use that kind of process as well, especially on working in the newer parts that I added. I tried to, obviously focus that, think about what might work musically, and, think about that a little bit. But when you've found a part, then definitely add it as fast as you can before you forget it, and then see if it works.
Right.
If it doesn't work, just mute it.
Right. So, the verse that you added, is that common for you to write lyrics and melodies and do that kind of vocal stuff, or was that a new addition to your kind of toolkit?
No, it's definitely something I've done before. I've been starting, especially more this year, I've been working with more songwriters. So it's starting to become something that I've been doing more, and
gotcha.
Quite
Cool.
enjoying.
Did I see correctly somewhere along my travels that you're in a school for audio engineering right now?
Yes, I'm studying. I'm in my last year of audio engineering right now, at a place called Mains in New Zealand.
Oh, congratulations! I did that
Thanks.
as well. Many years ago, without dating myself. I graduated from college from a school in Liverpool, England. It was a sound technology course, and a fantastic. I mean, there's a lot you learn on your own, but there's also a lot of shortcuts that can happen in your learning when you've got somebody that can just show you sort of, all right, here's the kind of common way this is done, or this is how this device works, or whatever. So that's great.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Well, cool. Well, we all loved your song. We were all bopping along to it, and hopefully it's going to get some more spins on SoundCloud and stuff. Have you pinged Tiger or Torna to let them hear it?
Oh no, I haven't. I thought you might send it their way, but I
could. I'm usually a little bit I guess respectful of sort of the artist producer relationship in a way where I wouldn't. I'd be happy to. I just wouldn't presume that you'd want me to do it for you, or so I'd wait to check with you. But if you want me to send it their way, I'll totally send it their way. So.
Oh no, I'll definitely do it then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I think they would dig it. It was really neat to hear too that you. I mean, it's like the way the guitar. So the guitar was the first thing they added in the session, but it's not the first element of theirs to enter in the song. And so it's sort of, there's that idea of kind of that saving that little bit of candy for a little bit later in the development was a nice choice. So when it came in too, it was I think during the session that they were doing it live, it was kind of mixed down, but all of a sudden it became this feature and it just sounded great. When you bring it in, it's like it was just the perfect thing to come in after that hook. So, well, cool. Well, let me jump around to some other people here and see who else we got in the chat. But it's great actually seeing you and talking to you, and thanks for being one of our early guinea pigs here. I hope that through this kind of stuff that we're doing and some of the stuff we did last week, that people start, let's all be kind of brave in getting on these either these calls or sending in music, and let's all kind of share it together. I think it's a kind of neat experience that hopefully we're all having together. But thanks for joining me here, and maybe we'll bring you on again soon, Matt. But I'm going to jump around to some other people here. Let's see here. I'm going to go here. I'm going to mute you, Matt. Who else we got? Oh gosh, I look around and I just see a whole bunch of faces. Does anybody want to chat? Just give me a wave. And, okay. The first one that caught my eye, Truman Reynolds.
Yeah.
What's up, man?
Hey, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah. Where are you at?
Wow. I'm from Houston, Texas, actually.
Okay. Gotcha. And are you, you're coming to me, I guess that you're coming to me live from Houston here?
Yeah.
Nice. What's your story? You're a Reason user, I guess. But what kind of music do you make?
I really don't know exactly. I like a lot of different music. Like, I love jazz.
Oh, nice.
Electronic music. I've been listening to a lot of like modular synth music, that kind of stuff lately. But I try and I just kind of, I don't really think about the genre of music when I'm trying to create something. I just kind of
interesting
create.
Yeah.
But
well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember when I used to be in a band. This is in my sort of late teens, early 20s, and someone, I'd be out with my band hanging out or whatever, and someone, oh, you guys are in a band? What kind of music do you play? And we always found it so hard to describe it because, and it was actually something we worked on because we were like, when people ask that question, it's like, we kind of came to realize they'd be happy if we just said, oh, we're a rock band. Like, that's fine. They don't need us to really capture like, oh, we're like a folk progressive, fusion Celtic ensemble or whatever, yeah, exactly. So we were, we usually were trying to simplify it for people. But then when you're talking about your own music, you're also, you are so personally invested in the subtleties that it's hard not to do that for sure. But jazz is that's some highfalutin cerebral music, right? I mean, to be doing jazz is not an easy thing.
Yeah, and Reason is kind of seems mainly electronic too. Like a lot more people use it for that.
Right. It's definitely. I mean, it's got for as much as there's radical keys and radical piano and jazz kits and stuff. It's definitely rooted in a rack of synths and samplers and that kind of stuff for sure.
Yeah. I tend to, even when I'm making like electronic, like more synth heavy stuff, I tend to kind of jazz it up with some like weird chords or stuff.
Gotcha.
Stuff like that.
Gotcha.
But I actually, the most recent one is actually like a lo-fi track. So like I can just be, sometimes I'll get stuck on a track and I'll get just sick of a certain sound I'm making, and then I'll just make something completely different genre, something that I would normally not make. Like that's what happened. I started making a lo-fi track because I thought, this would be kind of easy. I just put some vinyl crackle and some drums with some swing on it, and that's what I did. But
yeah, it's there's a songwriter named Gillian Welch who I really like. She's sort of Americana, sort of folk, classic country kind of music. Fantastic songwriter. But somebody asked her once in an interview, "How long does it take you to write a song?" And she said, "Well, I don't know. I'm not ever writing a song. I'm usually writing 6 or 7 at a time. And I kind of jump back and forth between them when one of them's, kind of causing me a little bit of, I'm struggling with a part of it. I'll jump to the other song and kind of get the juices going again. And then I'll jump over to another song. I'm always switching around lily pad to lily pad, kind of jumping on these tunes. So it sounds like that's what you do too. Do you have, is there anything you want to share with us? A link or something to a song we can play for people? I'm putting you on the spot here.
I mean, I have a track actually that is, I think I could share it, but I don't know exactly how I would do that. Like,
it's like not a, do you see there's a link in the YouTube stream description to a Dropbox file you can upload there if it's like an MP3 or something, or if it's, maybe if it's more complicated than.
What about WAV?
Yeah,
about WAV file?
WAV would be okay. It might take a little while to upload, but that would work. Yeah. Do you see in the YouTube file request? Hang on a second. I've got so many different. Oh boy. Let's see here.
Let's see. I think I actually. Yeah, I think I have it on my phone already because I was sharing it.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Let's see if I go to share into to Dropbox.
Yeah, there's a link. I'll put. Let me see if I can get it here. Where is it? I go here. There is a link I can put in the chat for us. In Zoom, that's a Dropbox file request where you can actually upload things, allegedly. And it looks like it's working because people have been dropping stuff in there. So here's what I'll do. If you want to, I'll double back to you. If you want to pop something in there, I'll double back and see and we can take a listen to it. And while you're kind of looking around on your phone, yeah, I'll jump over. We'll talk to someone else and see what's up. So,
okay.
All right, cool, man. Okay. Who we got? Let's see. Who wants to talk? I'm scanning around here. Am I seeing everybody? I'm not sure if I'm seeing everybody or not. There. Paul Ortiz is here. Wait, let's talk to Paul for a second. Paul, what's up, man?
Hey, Ryan, can you hear me all right?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah, I had a bit of a headache setting it all up. But, yeah.
So Paul is a guy. This is the first time we're actually speaking to each other directly. We've been names that have been floating past each other for a little while via emails and things like that. And obviously, Stefan, who works with Reason Studios, knows you quite well. So it's nice to actually meet you.
Yeah, and you too, man. I mean, you helped me out massively with the whole loopback setup when I switched to Mac, for doing the tutorial videos and stuff. And it's working so much better than it was before. So yeah, massive thanks.
Fantastic. Yeah. So Paul makes some excellent videos. Paul also plays some amazing guitar.
Oh, thank you.
I think this is why you're near and dear to Stefan's heart, because Stefan's quite the virtuoso as well.
Yeah. So I think it was like, well, we met each other not too long ago at a metal festival. I watched his band play there.
Gotcha.
So we've all been into the same, kind of little subset of metal. So
cool.
Yeah, kindred spirits.
Kindred spirits for sure. Absolutely. Yeah. It's funny because it's a genre that I've never, I went through my teen years. I went through a little bit of the sort of the Pantera. That was, I'm going to be dating myself here, but that went through the sort of Pantera phase. But it was not a genre I never got too deep into. And then when I saw Stefan playing, like when you watch someone I play guitar, but when you watch someone play guitar in that style, you just instantly go like, I want to learn sweep picking. Like that looks like so fun.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I kind of bypassed a lot of the classic metal stuff.
Gotcha.
I was a bit of a new metal kid, so I had like the baggy jeans and spiked hair and all that stuff.
Right.
But then like sort of in tandem with that, like my parents kind of force fed me a diet of kind of like jazz and fusion, R&B and soul and stuff like that. So
right.
When I eventually came to make music, it ended up smushing a lot of that stuff together. So it's kind of like pseudo jazz type stuff.
I see. Well,
yeah,
that's sort of the jazz metal combination that's, I imagine the technical prowess mixed with music theory prowess. It's quite a skill set that you need to build on, I guess, to pull that off.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'd have an easier time with it if I did actually know any music theory. I'm one of these like by ear guys, and it's like a lot of it is just stumbling around until something sounds okay, and playing it live is just like playing Guitar Hero for the first time. It's not. I've actually kind of started going a bit simpler musically, especially on account of like the work that I've been doing.
Playing, you mean the actual? So there's a difference for you between sort of writing and rehearsing versus performing. Is that what you mean by playing live? Or?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a natural performer at all. Like I'm happiest in the studio, headphones on, got all my stuff.
Yeah.
And sort of making that switch from studio to like, oh, suddenly I need to remember all of these notes in the right place is like, it's
right.
Just, yeah, it's kind of stressful.
That's the thing that I worked on. So I play guitar. I've played guitar for years, and I play a lot in sort of the Americana, bluegrass, that kind of style, very traditional sort of mountain music and stuff. So I play acoustic guitar, I play banjo and mandolin, all these things. But when I play guitar and perform guitar, I've been doing that long enough that I feel generally comfortable. I mean, I'm not trying to do anything wildly fast, but it's not as fast as metal, but it's still, it's got some clip to the speed, but I've always been okay with that in the performance realm. And I had this experience where I was learning banjo. That was a relatively new instrument for me to learn. And I was at home practicing and I was kind of getting it figured out. And then I went to play in front of people for the first time and my hands would not work. They just they locked up. I mean, I don't know how else to describe it, but they literally
it's a real thing. I mean, the first time I ever took my stuff live.
Yeah.
It wasn't just like the first live show of that music. It was just my first live show ever. And it was like a sort of birthday party for the label that I was on. I think it was about sort of 400 or 500 people there.
Yeah. And
I'd said to the lighting guy at the start, I was like, look, I'm really nervous. Please just don't do anything too mental with the lights. First song kicked in, blue strobes. And I'm just like, I felt like my hand was over there somewhere and I was playing through this Marshall that had like no delay, no reverb. It was
that kind of stuff can
fire,
be
man.
Really off-putting too when you know, like to some degree the reverb and stuff like that will kind of it helps at least distract you from the clinical precision of how things are coming out, you know.
I'm terrible with reverb and delay. Like I chuck the echo and RV7000 on everything. And it's like, yep, that'll hide the mistakes. So when you're just up there with this like waspy Marshall JCM, it's like, oh.
You know what I find when I'm mixing? I have an issue with that, which is if I'm mixing some other vocalist, I'm really tasteful and judicious in how much reverb I put on a vocal. And if it's my voice, it's like, oh no, Ryan's lost in a well. Ryan's coming to you live from like that cave rescue that was going on in, I can't remember where that was. Like I put so much on my own voice. And I came to realize after a while that it was like, you know, it's very obviously a self-conscious thing where it's like, let me just cover it up.
It's like a security blanket. And
yeah.
I mean, for as long as I've been mixing and producing, I feel like it's only been in the last few months that I've learned to turn the reverb off. Like I was working on something and I kept going to my sort of standard trick, which was like, yeah, make it sound like it's in space. And then I turned it off and I was like, okay, this sounds better. I can actually hear everything now. And just kind of making the mixes a bit more tight and a bit more focused. And I think just getting over that sort of self-conscious thing where you want to bury everything in ambience.
Yeah, right. It can be tricky. And you know, I remember early on, I would listen to other albums and I'd be like, there's almost no reverb on this vocal. And then I'd listen to my own stuff and it was like, you know, an ad for a reverb company where they cranked the wet dry almost to 100%, you know, it's like, so yeah, I've learned, particularly what I'll do if I'm working on a song that I'm singing in, but other people are singing too. So like, let's say I'm doing a harmony part or it's a duet or something like that. My sort of survival tactic is I mix the other vocal first, and then I copy the settings over to in terms of like the aux reverb balance and stuff like that. I'll copy it over to my vocal, And that's my, like, if I reach for the knob to turn it up, I have to have a serious talk with myself where I go like, now, is that the right move? That wasn't the choice you made for the other vocalist. So are you doing this because it's the right choice, or are you doing this because you wish you had a better voice, or, you wish there was another vocalist on this? So it's kind of
I've not heard you sing yet, but I'm sure it's very nice, and you don't need to hide it. So.
I sing a little bit. There's me singing in a couple of tutorial videos here and there peppered throughout, but no, I don't. I tend not to sing much. I do in live performance and stuff in the acoustic music I make. I sing quite a bit, but certainly within the Reason community, it's not something you'll hear a ton of. In fact, actually, in the video I did for the working with, what did I call it? Professional vocal mixing techniques. In the very beginning of that video, I start with a clip of me. I send a song to a vocalist, had them track, but I gave them a demo of me doing it. So there's a little clip of me in there, and it's like, in fact, actually, I'll give, just for people on the live stream, I'm actually going to give a little bit of a behind the scenes tip on that. I actually, to make that, I was trying to showcase that it was, that my vocals were kind of the rough guide, real rough, ropey, kind of rough around the edges ones. So on my vocal, there was actually a couple notes where I was like, I'm going to like nudge these actually a little bit sharp or a little bit flat, and just to make the contrast a little more stark. So I actually is a touch worse than my actual voice is, but not by much.
Well, I mean, your vocal mixing tutorial was, because up until quite recently, I've only ever had instrumental music to work with, and then as I've sort of branched out into other styles, I've started working more with vocals, and that tutorial in particular was a really good starting point for me.
Oh,
so
good,
good as well.
That's great. Well, that's awesome to hear. Well, I'm gonna jump around to some other people here because I want to make the rounds. There's some people have been sitting all nice and patiently hanging out in that chat watching us. And maybe I'd like to listen. Actually, you didn't drop any of your music into that file request, did you?
I didn't, but I can.
Well, maybe we'll check it out. I'll come back to you towards the end, and maybe if you dropped in an MP3 or something, we could check out kind of what you do for people just to understand kind of who you are musically.
I'll tell you what. I'll drop a couple of YouTube links into the chat here, and then you can.
Oh, okay, cool. That works perfectly. Cool. I'm going to jump around to some other people here. All right. Round and round and round we go. Who we got here? Tom Rodrigo, you're smiling patiently. I'm gonna bring you on just for a second. Let me. What do I have to do? I gotta. Oh boy, wait. I gotta unmute you first. Hang on. Are you unmuted? Yes. What's up, man?
Not much. How's it going, Ryan? Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you, yeah.
All right, cool. This is so spontaneous. I feel like I'm on satellite. I'm taking over the world by storm here.
I know.
With Ryan here, with my man Ryan, and my fellow Philip over there, where he's in the Philippines, and Mark. I'm a Filipino, so I just
are you? Right on. Are you
just a fan, man?
Are you in? Are you coming to us? Where are you coming to us from right now?
Hailing from East Coast, Jersey.
East Coast.
So it's
Jersey.
1:57 Eastern time.
Yeah, nice. I grew up in Philadelphia, so I was I had the love, that love-hate Jersey thing where it's like, us Philly guys are like, Jersey thinks they're all that,
sure.
But we're, but at the same time we go, we go over to the shore all the time, and it's just like our, it's our next door playground. So we love Jersey at the same time.
Sure. No, right on. I've been I've been watching, intently since the first episode that you put up.
Oh, cool.
I got the instant message I got the notification on Instagram, and of all places I found the information there, like reason to join, right? What's it called?
Oh, your reason to stay inside, you mean the name of the
Yes.
Yeah.
And with everything going on with COVID-19, it definitely has me looking at things a little differently as someone who would very much love to just be part of this community, Reason community, in the same way you've managed to reach out to everyone else. So I just hats off to you for putting this together.
Of course.
I definitely will have to check out the tutorials the way some people have and did great things with it. No, seriously, that's awesome.
That's great, man.
Seriously, I've been an enthusiast since Reason, back in the day when it was Rebirth. So let's just put it that way.
Oh wow, yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Man.
Yeah, seriously. So when things were floating around the internet and you could probably get things the way you could, I would get, freeware here and there.
Right.
And then eventually invested in it officially on, I think, Reason 2.0, and then there was Recycle that you could use in tandem with it. I'm now talk about dating oneself, right?
It's all right.
Yeah,
I'm right there with you.
seriously, man, seriously. But it's great what you do, and I just wanted to let I'll be watching and just checking out the stream, and it's great. I love what's going on with this, and I don't know. I just maybe this is just me ranting here, but I think with the advent of what's going on and the things that you're talking about, it definitely brings like-minded individuals and people that are unlikely to really speak up, like myself, to just, I don't know, to join in. So I just want to thank you for that.
That's awesome.
I will definitely be listening in, just checking out tutorials. Unfortunately, at the moment, I don't have anything together in terms of music, but I would
that's
love to
okay.
just contribute. And I'll be cheering you and everyone else who's just been doing this on.
Well, that's so awesome. I mean,
subscribing to Mark sometime soon.
I really appreciate that. It means a lot to me because I think, it's nice that you say that, because when the sort of lockdown started, the quarantines and all these things, and things were, there was that. I mean, I think it's still a somewhat scary outlook if I'm thinking in my most high anxiety moments. But in those early days, I did have this sort of sense of like, I kind of want to connect with people. I'm while we're all locked down, I actually want to be connecting to more people than usual, not less people. And so these live streams really were for me a way to sort of do that for my own sake. And I thought maybe it'd be fun for the community as well. And so it's super cool to hear. I mean, I've loved that this is working as well as it is. Who knows? Maybe when I'm done, I'll find out that the actual YouTube stream was a total failure, but at least on the Zoom call, it's been working. And it's been so fun to connect with you guys. So it's been neat. It's sort of this week, this stream is kind of the first realization of my initial instinct of like, how can I get the Reason community together just for a hang, and then let's see what we can do with it. And so I think based on the success of this so far, we're going to do more of these kind of things. We're going to get people together, and we're going to probably do some more music. I mean, I haven't played too much music. I've been mostly shocked that the Zoom calls stayed connected, but anyway, man, it's so good to talk to you, and thanks for hanging out here. Thanks for the kind words, and keep making great music. And I hope I'll keep my eye out for you in the future streams and the chats and stuff like that. So good to see you here.
Right. Keep doing what you're doing, man.
Awesome, man. All right, guys. Well, let me see here. So I've been jumping around. Oh, wait, Truman, hang on a second. I see you there. What's up, man?
Can you hear me?
I can, yeah.
Okay. I posted the link in the chat actually.
Oh, you did? Okay, cool. Let me go to the chat.
Yeah, to Dropbox.
Let's see. Oh man, there's a lot of stuff going to Truman Reynolds, to everyone. Hey, I think I've got a link ready to show. Here we go. Dropbox. Oh, bing, ding. Let's go check it out. Let me jump over to Dropbox here. Here, we'll do it on this one. We're going to hope for the best.
It's not complete. Just saying that.
Oh wait, it says this folder is empty.
Wait, what? Here, let me check Dropbox. That's weird.
Yeah.
How weird is that? Let's see.
Here, I'm going to jump back to you for a second. I see some other links. So I'm going to play some Paul Ortiz music, and then we'll jump back to you in a second. Okay, let's see here. Paul's got a link here. I'm going to copy it. Let's see what Paul does. Turn this up. Oh, I should have said, yeah, Paul's artist name is Chimp Spanner. That sounds cool. Now, Paul, don't be offended. Don't be offended. I'm going to scan ahead here because it's a 14-minute song. So I'm going to just jump ahead a little bit. Whoa! Paul, I hope you can see Paul in the Zoom call. Everybody is bopping along and enjoying it. Those rides. There's the jazz. He's not kidding. It's the fusion of metal and jazz. Love it. Oh, that's great. You know, I'm going to fade this out here. Paul, you know what that reminds me of? It reminds me of, well, I shouldn't say it reminds me exactly, but it does give me memories of when I was in jazz school for a brief period of time before I went the audio engineering route. And I was into this group. There was a fusion jazz group called the Rippingtons, which I don't think they have aged as well in some of their drum sounds, which you listen to them and you go, oh boy, that was the early days of electronic drums. But on the guitar side of things, I remember those guys being really great with that sort of fusion jazz, kind of melodic, sort of like a lot of the tones that you've got, where it's like it's kind of this overdriven, but it's jazz, which already like that does more for my brain than kind of the traditional Wes Montgomery type jazz where you roll off all the high end and play in octaves. So that's great. That is cool. Let me let's see. Where's Truman? Truman, hey, did you is your thing working?
It was uploading. I didn't realize
no problem.
It was still loading, but I think it's uploaded now.
Oh,
I just
perfect.
checked it.
I may have also I just realized that I may have not copied the whole link too, so that might be a thing too. Let's take a look. There it is. Okay, we got it. Now if I click on that, hopefully I can play it right in the window. Yeah. All right. Austin, Texas, D5. Austin, Texas.
This, I don't know how to name tracks, so that's just what I named it.
You know what? Matt called his track Liquid Fritz, and that was enough to catch the attention of two other collaborators. So
I just called it that because I was sending it to my grandpa that lives there. I'm going to try and get him to record some like woodwind and some brass stuff. This isn't finished. This is just what I have so far of it. By the way.
Cool.
So I think it's good enough to share.
What did I just do? Oh, spotlight video. Wait, hang on a second. I just clicked a wrong button by mistake, but you're here, so I'm going to assume that that's okay. Cancel the spotlight video. Okay. All right. Let me go ahead and play this. Let's see how this goes. Really nice, Truman.
Thank you.
Those chords, what are those chords coming from? That's a neat sound, sort of a metallic.
Yeah, it's the harp guitar from Pangea, actually.
Gotcha. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, harp guitar from Pangea. All right.
I definitely need to cut the verses shorter, but actually it goes into the chorus. Like right after that.
Okay.
And there's something that I don't know if you might be able to hear it. Actually, it's a weird technique I used.
Oh yeah, wait, that's still coming up?
Yeah, you could skip ahead to that if you want, actually.
I'm seeing a part of the waveform. Wait, let me actually, I was about to load the harp guitar by Pangea and play with it myself, but let me go back to our Zoom call. Let's see, which one is that? Oh boy, was it this one? There it is. I'm seeing a part in the waveform that is, looks like this, like a build. Is that the part you mean?
Right before that, did you hear that the part you were at where it was like that?
Let me see. Here, I'll play from here.
Yeah, this is it actually, and then it goes back into the verse, and then it goes into another chorus. But
oh, cool.
That transition was all because it started out, I think it was in B flat, the key was, I'm pretty sure. And then I went from B flat to B flat minor to B half flat minor.
Oh wow.
I tuned all my sounds 50 cents up.
Wow. That is cool.
I was just kind of experimenting, and so like I had to load 2 different Pangeas, and then I had to weave between them to go back into B flat minor. Like I listened to a lot of Jacob Collier stuff.
Oh yeah. Oh god, he's
stuff like that. So that's where I get that from.
Right. Jacob is he's amazing what he does.
Insane. Yeah. I love his stuff. But
yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and my grandpa is actually Bob Reynolds, the other Bob Reynolds from a while ago. I don't know. There's one Bob Reynolds from Snarky Puppy.
Okay.
And then, but he actually did know him, but it's funny because they're both saxophone players. He used to play on jazz saxophone for some pretty big stuff for late night shows, that kind of stuff.
Oh, cool.
So I'm gonna try and get him to record some saxophone stuff and maybe a saxophone quartet. I really like that. Maybe
you got to tap into it's all who you know in terms of when you talk to people and suddenly you find out oh wait, you play, you might know, I know this is true with relatives where you sort of know that they play music, but you may not realize that that they're as good as they are because they don't talk about it, or B that you could work with them and stuff. So that's great to kind of tap into those people,
Yeah, I get that from both sides of my family too, because on my mom's side, my other grandpa, he lives all the way up in Montana, but he has a recording studio in his house, and he's been doing that for very, very long time. And then my other grandpa is a accomplished jazz musician, so it's all I get that from a lot of family.
Gotcha. I see. I'm getting a message from Stefan. He says something is weird. I wonder what that means. Let's find out. Something is definitely weird right now. I'm gonna switch something here for a second. We're gonna hope for the best. I'm switching back to my camera for a second. It looks like we had a weird glitch in Zoom here. But Truman, thank you for sharing that music with us. Really enjoyed it. And
thank you for having me.
Of course, yeah, man. I hope to see you on future streams and hanging out. We'll probably do these Zoom calls. I'm going to figure the technology out as we go here, but so far we're flying by the seat of our pants here, but we're figuring it out. And so, thanks to everyone for hanging out and hanging out with me and hanging out with everybody else. So, thanks, Truman. I'm going to jump over to my own camera for a second here. All right. Well, gang, I could probably just keep doing this, but since Zoom and my stream software is starting to act up and be a little weird, I figure maybe we'll start calling it a day here. We've been on for a little bit. But before I do that, I would be remiss if I didn't play some of the music that is in this folder. I put out a Dropbox request and people have dropped in some music, and I thought maybe we should check out some of the stuff that people put in here because it was nice of them to share. I think we could all take a listen to it and see what things are going on here. So this is totally random, but we'll take this one. This is a song called Let's Dance, and it looks like it's by Taxi Williams. Let's take a listen. is really, I got to just pause and just say, this is really a very cinematic and yet catchy combination. So Taxi Williams, Let's Dance, you betcha. That is, it's making me bop. The guys in the Zoom call were bopping. It's all sorts of bopping going on. I'm just going to tell, I put this in the chat, but I'll just mention this to the Zoom guys. I'm going to end the Zoom part of this meeting, and then everyone can just, if you're on the Zoom call, jump back to YouTube, and we'll finish it up there. I'm going to play some of the music in this folder, and we'll go from there. So I'm going to hit end meeting for all. All of you guys in that Zoom call are total heroes for hanging out with me. That was really awesome, and I think that there's enough of a proof of concept there to say that we're going to do more of that kind of stuff, because boy, that's fun. Okay, let me let's open up another one here. We've got this looks like Tebow Steele, and this song's called Signals. I got first of all, the diversity on display here. We had tabla, and I don't even know what else I was hearing in that last tune, but it was cool. World instruments. Well, that's the American centric part of me. It's like, oh, they're world instruments. Like, no, I maybe my banjo is a world instrument to someone in another country. But anyway, this one, accordion. I love this. Ooh. Where's it going? Cool. Wow. It feels like there's a drop coming. Here it comes. Wait, not quite a drop, but a beat. David Generato, is that psytrance? That's a good question, David. I'm bad at my genres. Sounds familiar. Sounds right. This is great. Hang on a second. Russell Hutchinson in the chat. The difference between an onion and a banjo. Nobody cries when you cut up a banjo. That hits me right in the heart, Russell. You know, there's a funny thing. There's a million banjo jokes, and I, as a guy who plays the banjo, I laugh at all of them. But I sort of laugh at them in a way where I go like, yeah, I mean, it's funny, but like the joke is that obviously banjo is like a wonderful, beautiful instrument, right? I mean, like the joke is that we're joking about this totally beautiful sounding instrument. But then I meet people and they go like, no, like we're joking because it's a terrible, everybody hates the sound of it. So I don't know. I may be out of the loop on that one. Yeah, David, accordion psytrance, absolutely. Stefan over in Stockholm feels like dancing. That's true. Joe, I'm just catching up. Where's Ryan playing these songs from? Oh man, Joe, did you miss some stuff? You got to jump back in the stream. All sorts of things have been happening. We've been playing music. We've been talking to people from all around the world. We hit up New Zealand, the Philippines, Houston, Texas, where just down the road from me, down the Highway 101 in California. We've been talking to Reason users and hanging out. It's been a lot of fun. You can drop your songs into a Dropbox, Joe, and I'm kind of just selecting these tunes from what's in the Dropbox. And I'll do a couple more of them, and then I think maybe it'll be time for us to call it a day here in a little bit. But let's take a look at Audio Chroma. I'm not sure if the song is Resolve or the artist is Resolve. It's the words I've got here are Audio Chroma Resolve. And I'm going to say that Resolve is the artist name. That feels right to me, but I'm totally guessing. Let's take a listen to what we got. By the way, Tebow Steele, Signals, great tune. Really loved it, so thank you. This one, too, is great. beautiful. Ooh. That sort of evolving pad texture is really cool. I'm wanting to jam along with you. Dare I do this? Let's see, let me add some piano. That's me. All right, this might be sacrilege, but I'm gonna attempt to play along. I'm gonna add some piano. Okay, I had to get that out of my system. All right, I shouldn't mess up your song. Your song's beautiful. I'll leave it alone. I like it. Beautiful. This is great. Guys, I gotta say, you know, maybe this is a cynical, jaded part of me, but I'm kind of surprised at the range of talent. You guys are like really, really talented at everything you're doing. All these tunes I'm hearing are just fantastic. And that's like, I don't know. There's something so, I don't want to get schmaltzy and sentimental here, but there's something very heartwarming about hearing what you guys are doing and it being so good. I mean, all right, I'm going to get schmaltzy. All right, strap in. Here's my point. The guys who we all work on Reason in various forms at Reason Studios, and we all genuinely care about people making good music. And it operates most of the year in the theoretical. You know, we hope people are making good music. You know, when I make a tutorial, I hope people are watching it, not because I want people to watch it for my own ego reasons, but because I think I might have some useful information for people. And so, but it's like I said earlier on the stream, you sort of send it out into the world and you hope it works. You hope someone's getting something useful out of that. And so for me, just on a personal level, and it's probably true, some people at the company that might be watching the stream, listening to this music and hearing how fantastic it all sounds, it like, you know, it's like, oh wow, the things that we do hoping it helps people make music is helping people make music. And that's so cool to see some of the result of that. That's to say nothing to take away the talent you guys are bringing, which is really the heavy lifting. You know, you guys are the ones doing all the talented work there. But still, there's something really neat about kind of seeing the music that people are making with this thing that we spend day in and day out working to make better for people. So anyway, okay, you can unstrap yourself. My schmaltzy filter is off. So anyway, should we check out one more? Maybe we should check out one more. I'm looking in the things here. Oh, push button. You can do what the hell you like over my track. It isn't meant to be taken seriously. Oh, was that you? Push button that I was just playing? I hope so. I hope it was you, because I would hate someone else to be offended by my piano smashing the piano keys over their song. But anyway, okay, let's check out one more, and then I guess, I mean, I really could just keep doing this, but at some point there will be there'll be a need for me to go for a bathroom break, if nothing else. So maybe we'll just listen to a couple more, and then we'll call it a day. This is Andy Buchanan. Andy Buchanan, day 15, 2020. Now, I'm going to read into this a little bit and say that could this have been made on day 15 of Andy Buchanan's quarantine, or day 15 of the year, as in January 15th? Maybe that's true. Something about it strikes me as like maybe it's day 15 of Andy working on music during the quarantine. I might be reading into that. I shouldn't make that assumption. Andy, if you're watching, shout out in the comments and let us know what that title means, because it's rather sequential. So it sounds like there's a story there. Here it is. Nice. Ooh. Andy Buchanan, I don't know. I feel like you and I could rock out to Supertramp together. There's some like shades of Supertramp going on in some of these harmonies and the way the music is kind of twisting and turning. Oh, we got a comment here. I think the real Winslet fan, I recognize that. So that must be Andy. He says, day 15 of the lockdown, I've been trying to do something every day. That is, hey man, what a fantastic sort of creative outlet for the energy that we probably are all feeling. It's a great tune. And if you did this in one day, I'm even quadruply impressed. Matt Hammond wants me to add banjo to this. I'm looking over my banjo. I won't dare. Piano was bad enough. I already offended D. Thomas by adding piano to a song. I'm not going to offend him by adding banjo. Oh, that's fantastic, Andy. That is awesome. That is really awesome. Oh, whoops! I hit play again. Oh boy. Oh boy. Let's pop open something else. Let me see here. Oh boy, File Roulette. I gotta say, by the way, gosh, you guys have. I got dozens of your songs in here. I got Reason song files in this folder. I've got MP3s. I got all sorts of stuff. All right, let's take one. Let's go out with one more. Let's go with this one. It was the last one to be entered. This is a reward to the stragglers. And we're going to open Ryan Montes. Or Montes, I guess it would be Montes, Ryan Montes. And this is called James Could Be. Let's take a listen. Cool. You guys got me laughing in the chat. Ryan Monty says he's nervous. Don't be nervous, Ryan. This sounds great. This is great. This is one of those ones where I imagine, if you're a vocalist, you're listening to this and you're probably like, oh man, I want to get on this. Let me put, it's got a vibe and it's got space to actually get someone in on that, which is cool. When I was filming with Mike and Keys, when I was doing the beat map video, I was filming with Mike and Keys, and they said something that was like super cool. I probably will actually clip this out and maybe just post it. Maybe Stefan will post it on Instagram or something. They had this really little cool bit where they were talking about when they're working on music, they have to make sure to leave space for a vocalist if they want a vocalist on it. If they know they want a vocalist on it, they have to leave space because they're working on the music before the vocalist. But if they fill up all the space, then the vocalist is going to be like, well, where do I fit in? Where do I do my thing? So they're like always thinking, is this too crowded? Because if it's too crowded, we're gonna hear back from an artist, and they're just gonna say like, no thanks. And it took them a little while to figure out that sometimes when they would get those sort of like thanks but no thanks rejections, that it wasn't that the beat wasn't good. It was just that it was it needs that lane. And for sure, Ryan, that has that lane where it's got the right amount of stuff, which is fantastic. I saw a thing in there. Where did it go? Mark said, Mark from the Philippines. I'm trying to scroll in the chat looking for it. I can't see it, but he said that his favorite part of his tune is at the end, and we didn't play the end. So now I got to go back. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go out. We're going to have Mark's song be the song we go out on here, and we'll play the end. But before I do that, I just want to tell you guys, what a fun hangout. This actually worked. I said at the top of the stream, I said that this was either going to be a failure for the ages, or maybe I didn't. Maybe I actually only did the glasses half empty part, and I didn't say the half full part, which would be a success for the ages. I think by and large, this was a success for the ages. We're going to do more of these, and I'm learning some of, there's a lot of moving parts to make this work, and I'm going to work on trying to get some of this Zoom window sharing stuff kind of worked out in a smoother way, so we can do this again, because I don't know about you guys, but I'd like to do this again. And if you would like to do it again, well, let's do it then. And maybe we can do kind of, smaller groups, and we can open up song files, or we could collaborate. Like, there's a lot we can play with this format of having you guys able to join me live and having a Dropbox so we can share files. I mean, there's a lot of things we can do where we could start collaboratively working on a track on a live stream all together and kind of bouncing it around between each other. I don't know. I got ideas. I'm thinking of things. I had a ball today. I hope you guys had a ball today. We are going to play us out today with this tune that we had earlier in the live stream. Artist's name is David Generato, and he is coming to us from the province in the Philippines. Lives in Manila, but he's staying safe out in a little more rural part of the Philippines. And I'll tell you, the guy makes some good music. So we're going to play this. He said that his favorite part is at the end. So I'm going to start kind of, we'll start at about 2.5 minutes, and we'll just play the last minute or so of the track. And that'll do it for us. I've had fun with you guys. I'll see you here next week, I presume. Every time I finish one of these, I go, I guess I'll do one next week. And I guess I'll just keep doing that until you're sick of it, or I'm sick of it, or who knows. But anyway, here is David Generato's track. And Mark, thanks for chatting with me. This was fun. Vocoder. Fantastic. I'm going to keep this playing. Guys, I'll see you next time. I had a blast. Thanks for joining me, to everybody who did. Your reason to stay inside. We'll keep doing this. It's been fun.